Yes, I think it's the same idea, but it's more like you don't have the power to manipulate reality. That's actually, to some degree, an archetype that men get confused with women. And, that's the witchy part of women, and that's the part that's attractive but rejecting. So many men are petrified by women. They won't approach them at all. They have no idea how to talk to them. They're just petrified into immobility. And that's way more common than you think. And so that breeds resentment like you wouldn't believe. If everyone rejects you, there's probably something wrong, and it's probably deep and difficult, and it's going to be horrible to fix. And so this isn't a trivial problem. It's not a trivial problem at all. And so, that's Mother Nature for men too, because from the sexual selection point of view, if they're not selected as a mate, nature has taken them out of the game. People don't really like that. They're not that happy with that. And so, but getting all whiny about it and then getting violent, it's like, that's just not really very helpful, although it's very common. An evolutionary arms race between early snakes and mammals triggered the development of improved vision and large brain in primates, a radical new theory suggests. Women deeply want men who are competent and powerful. And I don't mean power in they can exert tyrannical control over others. That's not power. That's just corruption. Power is competence. And women who have had their relationships impaired, their relationships with men impaired, and who are afraid of such relationships will settle for a weak partner because they can dominate, but it's a suboptimal solution.
While you're trying to become successful, you have to understand that there's a lot that goes into it. You have to make sure that you're constantly winning each and every single day. Find little things to win every day and try to be better than you were yesterday. It's all about improvement. It's all about being that person that you want to be, reaching that goal of that successful individual that you've dreamed of and that you imagine you can possibly be one day. So go out there and push for it. Grind. Always be thinking about how you can be better than you are right now. Figure out ways to improve things that you didn't think you needed to improve but are possible to be better at. There's so many things that you can improve on a day-to-day basis, and one of the biggest things is people claim they don't have the right motivation to go out and be successful. And the big problem with that is they don't know what they want to be successful in. You have to go out there and chase your dreams. Find something that you love and find something that you really get excited about and go out there and get it done. Go out there and figure out ways that you can improve in that field or learn more, get more knowledge, gain more intel, gain more experience. Go out and meet other people in that field so that you can have somebody to talk to, ask questions. You can improve just about anything you can think of and try to be very, very good at everything that you do. Make sure everything you do is the best of your ability, because people will take notice and people will understand that you are giving your all to something that you truly care about and something that you love and something that you truly and genuinely want to make happen. So many people will claim they want to be successful but never do anything about it. So if you really want to be successful, go out there and make it happen.
Intense pleasure in momentary domination. That's why people do it all the time. But it's no formula for a successful long-term relationship. That's reciprocal, right? Any long-term relationship is reciprocal, virtually by definition. So multivariate analysis of the pay gap indicate that it doesn't exist. One of them is gender, but it's not the only reason. Like if you're a social scientist worth your salt, you never do a univariate analysis. Women in aggregate are paid less than men. Okay, well then we break it down by age, we break it down by occupation, we break it down by interest, we break it down by personality. If you want to organize your psyche, you could start by organizing your room. If that would be easier, because maybe you're a more concrete person and you need something concrete to do. So you go clean up under your bed and you make your bed and you organize the papers on your desk and you think, well, just exactly what are you organizing? Are you organizing the objective world, or are you objecting your field of being, like your field of total experience? There's no difference between you and what you experience. Now you think, well, I can't control everything I experience, but that's no objection, because you can't control yourself anyway. So the mere fact that you can't extend control over everything you experience is no argument against the idea that you should still treat that as an extension of yourself. So you could say, well, let's say you have long-standing feud with your brother. Is that a psychological problem? Is that him? Is it a problem in the objective world, or is it a problem in your field of being? And it's very useful to think that way, because you might ask, what could you do to improve yourself? And I think the answer to that is something like, so you don't suffer any more stupidly than you have to. it's hard to make a case that the future doesn't look comparatively positive. We're becoming extremely technologically sophisticated, and the world is changing at an incredibly rapid rate, and the only way we're going to be able to manage that in a positive way is if each of us, or as many as possible, are capable of making wise and careful and truthful decisions. And if we do that, then maybe things can continue to improve.
If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing.